Hello, my name is Kashmira Sheth. I'm a children's book writer. Today I would like to share the first chapter of my Nina Soni series. There are two books out in Nina Soni series, Nina Soni, Former Best Friend, and Nina Soni, Sister Fixer. There are two more books planned for next year, Nina Soni, Master of the Garden, and fourth one set around Halloween. Nina Soni, Former Best Friend, Chapter 1. What's so great about going fishing every weekend? I asked Jay, waving my paintbrush. Crash! My asking hand knocked over his pirate ship. It flung green paint from my brush too. Unlike Jay's pirate ship pieces, the paint splattered quietly. Sorry. I picked up the pieces of the captain's head and a prisoner's arm from the floor. The whole class stopped what they were doing to stare at us. Nina, why can't you be more careful? Jay's green eyes, the color of bitter marrow, were full of anger. My triple apology seemed to have no effect. Sorry, I whispered again. I didn't mean to, honest. I talk with my hands waving here and there. That's the way I am. That's just an excuse for being careless and ruining my ship, he said. You know how Kavita always sings, right? Kavita is my little sister who makes up songs. Yeah? And my hands always move when I talk, right? No answer. Even more when I'm nervous, I wanted to say, but I did not. Instead, I waited for Jay to say something, anything. Silence. Right? I repeated. Hey, I didn't mean to knock down your ship, and I'm sorry, really sorry. I don't think I'd ever used 6 sorries in 2 minutes before. That's 3 sorries per minute. I thought that was an excellent apology. Mr. Hayes walked over. What is going on here? He asked. Then he saw the broken ship. Headless pirates and prisoners and splotches of green paint. His mouth flew open. Other kids came closer. They gawked and gasped. I wanted to hide under the table on the floor, next to the broken pieces of Jay's ship. Everyone, go back to your own project, Mr. Hayes said. I picked up a chunk of clay from the floor. I think once upon a time it was the captain's cabin. I'm sorry, Mr. Hayes, it was an accident. He put his arm around Jay's shoulder. It was a beautiful ship, Jay. I'm glad I saw it before it was broken. You'll get an A. That made me smile. Thank you, Mr. Hayes. Jay was silent, staring at his broken ship and pirates. Mr. Hayes said, Accident happened, but try to be more careful, Nina. I will. I turned to Jay. See, you'll get an A, so no worries, right? Jay shot me a look that said, shut up. He would have said it out loud if Mr. Hayes wasn't around. Jay and I cleaned up the mess and wiped green paint from the floor, but he didn't say a word to me. I guess I haven't had a very good luck with Jay Davenport lately. Until almost now, he was my best friend. He used to come over all the time with his mom, or without her, to just hang out with us. We made squishy dough, rolled rotis, slathered them with buttery ghee after they were cooked, and ate them. While Mom worked on her landscape project, we sat at the dining table and drew our own gardens and colored them. I loved going to his house and playing with all the blocks and building sets that belonged to his dad when he was young. Then Jay's cousin moved here from California and Texas, so Jay got busy with them. On weekends, he went fishing with his grandpa and had sleepovers with his cousins, and every Thursday they had a big family dinner. I saw him at school. Side by side, we had talked and worked in our art class for 6 weeks. It was fun. His pirate ship was perfect, and now I had crashed it. Would that sink our friendship too? 2 days later, when all the best projects were displayed, I felt really bad. Not because my swing set was not one of them, because Jay's pirate ship would have been the best one if I hadn't crashed it. The day we were supposed to take our clay sculpture home, Jay didn't come to school. I wonder if he didn't come because he had nothing to take home. It made me sad, but I did not know what to do. Jay and I were best friends. This is my in my head list of the reason why. And in my head list is a list that I make in my head. Sometimes my head forgets part of the list, but I never forget to carry my head. And I don't need a paper, pen, or a pencil for an in my head list. My in my head list for why Jay and I were best friends. Jay's mom, Mira Masi, and my mom are best friends. We are both Indian American. Well, Jay is only half Indian. Just like Jay's mom, both of my parents came here from India. Jay's great grandfather came from Europe. Just like Jay, his grandfather and father were born right here in Wisconsin. Jay lives on my street. He's in my class. I see Jay at school, at neighborhood gathering, and at Indian parties on weekends. And here's the list that she makes. He knows more than he should about my family. Like when I was 5, I wore his mom's shoes and tumbled down the staircase, or that I hate bitter melon, but my mom makes me eat a few bites of it. And the worst of all, my first sleepover at his house. I cried and cried. Finally, my dad had to come and get me at midnight. Jay knows about my forgetfulness too. Forgetfulness means your mind becomes so full of new thoughts and ideas that it pushes out the old ones. It happens to me a lot. Now that Jay was not my best friend, I wish he would forget about my forgetfulness. After the pirate ship accident, Jay didn't walk with me to school and didn't talk to me in class except to tease me. He made fun of things like me wearing a coat on a 70-degree day or never buying school lunch except on Pizza Friday. When his mom came over to our house, he went fishing with his cousin Jeff and Grandpa Joe instead of coming too. Maybe Jeff was his best friend now. Jeff wasn't clumsy. He didn't break Jay's pirate ship, ruin his art project, and make him sad. I guess it was all my fault. Still, it made me miserable to think that maybe Jay Davenport was my former best friend. Former means once upon a time. The picture here are drawn by Jenn Kocsmiersky. And here is the picture of Nina accidentally breaking Jay's ship. This series was inspired by my 2 daughters growing up in Madison, Wisconsin. I hope you enjoy Nina's stories. Thank you.